to this week's K-Sharp Lab. This week we're exploring personas on social media, or to be more specific, how does our social media accounts reflect our real-world culture, attitudes and beliefs? When we talk about understanding social media and analytics, we're generally talking about reach, shares, likes and sentiment, and many of the platforms that are commercially available deliver variations of these metrics, with different underlying assumptions and models to achieve insights. The difference about what we're doing here in K-Sharp is that whilst we're interested in the quantitative measurement of success, we've been putting a lot more focus on delving into what we can learn about the people behind the Twitter accounts, with a view to understanding more about what drives them, how their culture influences what they do, and their behavioural characteristics. This means that we can build a really good picture of what they may intend to do in the future, and, somewhat more importantly, how people will react to them. It is said that social media is a level playing field, that every user has the right to voice their thoughts, feelings, ideas and opinions. The complete freedom of speech. However, some people are more equal than others. To highlight a real-world case study, arguably the most influential Twitter user is President Trump. And so we've used our analysis techniques and tools to analyse what he's putting out on social media to see if it chimes with what we see of the president in his day-to-day actions.
President Trump has two different official accounts, @RealDonaldTrump and @POTUS. Here's some quick statistics. @RealDonaldTrump has 27.3 million followers, is following 43 other Twitter accounts, has sent out 34.7 thousand tweets and has a daily tweet average of 5, is ranked 43 out of popularity on Twitter and has a 78% audience attentiveness score, while the POTUS account has 16.4 million followers, is following 40 other Twitter accounts, has sent out only 409 tweets, has a daily average of 5 and is ranked 94 out of popularity on Twitter. It only has a 19% audience attentiveness score.
When we look into why he engages with social media, we have it from himself. He uses it as his outlet to the world. To quote him, he said, "I thought I'd do less of it, but I'm covered so dishonestly by the press, so dishonestly, that I can put out Twitter, and it's not 140, it's now 280. I can go bing, 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 and they put it out as soon as I tweet it. This morning on television, Fox, Donald Trump, we have breaking news." But it's also not recognised that not everyone tweets their own material all of the time, and the same is here for President Trump. On his two accounts, the tweets come from two different devices. One is personal device, and the other is staffed devices. When you look at the construction of the tweets, there is a clear difference in how they are put together. All the tweets from the staff devices are mostly inconsistent. There are multiple staffers using it, but the one common element is that tweets from the iPhone are non-hyperbolic. His personal phone is very distinctive and consistent. Almost all of his tweets are hyperbolic and generally angrier and more negative. And we know from his own personal statements that he uses social media because he's angry. He doesn't like the way he's portrayed in the press, and so he's using social media as his way of talking directly with the people. Trump tweets are successful because of two main elements. Firstly, because they're all unique. They're unique because of his position as President of the United States and anything he sends out that has background of authority. But when combined with his behaviour, almost anything he publishes has that element of uniqueness that makes them novel. Normally, it is the uniqueness of the message that is the key factor in social media messaging success, particularly behind viral messages. However, in Trump's case, we believe that the uniqueness comes second to the emotion that he evokes with his tweets. Our research has shown that you can provoke the emotional response of outrage with your social media messaging, then it will be more successful. And this is where President Trump delivers time and time again. And the world reacts to it, both positively and negatively, but 78% of his followers engage with his words of wisdom. Most Trump tweets are emotionally provocative. It is also worth noting that a message that is directed at a person or groups incite personal relevance. Although Trump doesn't expect a reply after naming a specific individual, his action will resonate with his audience, and those who support or oppose the recipient of his direct message. Trump's tweets that are directed towards a certain person or group are largely negative, insulting, or slating the actions of. Largely, the personal relevance of Trump's tweets is the content itself, be it extreme terms used to refer to other groups, are notions that are intended to reflect the personal beliefs and attitudes of the intended recipients. We have analysed a number of Trump's tweets through cultural behavioural modelling, and the analysis uncovers a number of interesting highlights. We analyse social media messaging through 10 cultural behavioural models. This is quite detailed, so we've picked out a couple of key aspects through the analysis of Trump's tweets. In this case, we focus on the culture, as that is the bedrock of his election campaign about making America great again. From a cultural perspective, Trump's tweets are very consistent, the majority of which refer to his belief and values. But ironically, they tend to not be very likeable, except to a subset of his own following. As we mentioned before, his tweets tend to evoke outrage, and that comes in two forms, either agreement with his outrage or outrage against what he's saying. His tweets are very motivating, in that they evoke feelings and emotions, both positive and negative, but they do leave people frustrated, because there is little ability for people to do anything about what he's saying. Many people feel despair because of what he's saying, but many because they feel helpless to do anything about it. This fits in with what we believe Trump is trying to achieve, that people feel helpless and that he's the only person who can do anything about it. It should be highlighted that this is again both positive and negative. On the behavioural side of things, Trump exhibits very traditional behaviours for his generation, in that his tweets are very masculine oriented and very goal oriented. However, his actions don't necessarily fit with the stated objectives of his country. The USA promotes itself as the land of the free and of opportunity. However, President Trump promotes a high power difference between individuals and the state. This means that he's very keen to be on the top of the tree and wanting to tell people what to do to dictate how he believes this is going to happen. In this respect, it is apparent that Trump is aware of the potential effect a tweet of his might have. This comment may raise the idea that Trump does not believe that the President of the USA represents him honestly. Therefore, he will tweet, because he is aware that the quickest way for a true representation of his thoughts, feelings, ideas and opinions is to tweet it out. So, to summarise, we have found out that Trump's tweets are highly emotive. They are to rile and to get a reaction. It doesn't matter if that reaction is good or bad, as long as there is a reaction. He is motivated by the views' responses. His tweets are compatible with his audience members, which is why he gets a lot of negative backlash. He's aware of his actions, he isn't covert in tweeting, and he's voicing all of his opinions, no matter the consequences. In reality, nothing we've highlighted here should be of any shock or surprise. That's exactly why we chose President Trump as the subject, to determine if the analysis of his social media usage fits with his actions and behaviours of what we see in real life. What we've covered here is a brief overview of the in-depth analysis we can do, looking at social media from a human perspective, particularly culture and behaviour, to give us insights into future actions and activities. We can use the same analysis on individual people, campaigns and organisations to get further insights into their drivers and motivations. I hope you found this interesting, and we'll see you next time in the lab.